On MVL Coach of the Year regular season. You got voted, your team had the championship, the MVL regular season, the #2 seed, undefeated. Man, you're on a roll.
So far, so good. Hopefully we can bring the rest home. The guys have been working hard, and hopefully we can get another trip to the state finals. That would be really nice.
Isn't it ironic, semifinals, you're meeting Harwood, the team that you played in the championship game last year. And one thing I wanted to ask you, as a coach, what did you learn from last year's championship game? And I think your players, probably with that experience from last year, I hate to say the word, but maybe a little more prepared for this.
Absolutely. The maturity level of the guys is there now. They've got a year under their belt. They know what to expect, and hopefully everything will work out good for us.
All right. The practice went well.
Practice as well. Everything was pretty calm yesterday. We were pretty loose and having fun because we want to enjoy the ride. And hopefully, like I said, it'll finish in our favor this year. Hopefully.
And the only one thing I want to let you get back here and get your team get set. The weather held you up for a couple of days. Good thing, bad thing, irrelevant.
No, I don't think it either way. We've got a great day here today for it, and we're expecting a lot of people, so it should be a good show.
I'm ready. I can't wait. Best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
I'll see you after the game.
All right, thanks.
You're looking at the guys in black out there. That's Harwood, the Highlanders, last year's defending champions in Division II, and the team they played out there in the white on their home field, Mill River, 16-0, and they are looking. Whoever wins this game is going to go to the championship game. So the semifinals underway. We had the pregame interview with Coach Kevin Ratty. He kind of very quietly set the table. He said things are a little different this year. His team's a little more mature. He's got more people who can finish. They're a little more confident. They've been in big games now, so they hopefully use that experience from the big games last year. It's going to be a push on him in the fall. Call the kick come to the Highlanders. So on a day where the temperature just barely reached 40 and the wind is stiff coming out of the west, you see Mike Kinsler, one of the refs down there. We've got the semifinal match. The winner here will play at Middlebury High School just 2 days from now, weather permitting, for the Division II championship. Of course, Coach Kevin Ratty in his final year here, we're going to retire after this season. Had his team go to the semifinals last year against Harwood, only to lose 2-0. And a game that really was basically 1-0 until the final 5 minutes. That's going to be up the wind, hooking, and Biscay will go up and get it, and that's the advantage of having a 6'5" goalie right there, able to see over the top of traffic and able to go up and get the ball. It is sunny. Don't let that sun deceive you. It's cold and it's windy. And you can see on that kick right there by Biscay how the wind had knocked it down. And it's Will Everett near the ball, and then we'll have Hammond take the throw. And Everett had signaled he wanted to go up over the top. Of course, you think of Tyler Catrati, or actually you'll think of Trevor Catrati right away, the leading goal scorer in Mill River history in men's soccer, out there wearing number 4, and I'm sure he'll be well marked and followed all over the field today. But as we've seen in these playoffs, guys like Webster and Everett and Coles and all those guys step up. There's Ethan Biscay's had a big playoff run with several goals. It started with the Woodstock game for Ethan, the final Woodstock game here at home, when he had 2 goals late in that contest. But there are a lot more finishers, a lot more people confident, and we'll have a physical play right there near the 40-yard line, and a Harwood player will go down. There'll be a foul called, and he's going to stay down. I think he's going to need to be looked at. Mike Kinsler, Coach Kinsler, right over to stop the clock, and they'll bring the trainer or the coach out. Right there, you see he's getting set for the kick on the fall, and he'll drive it. Wind right now favoring Harwood, if there's such a thing as favoring anybody, with a swirling wind out of the west. But you see that kick carried much better. Sun has gone in right now. And on the turn, you see the loose turf. It has rained and it has snowed for the last 2 days here in central Vermont, as through most of Vermont. So there is some loose turf out there. I did walk on the field prior to the start of the ball game, and it was soft to walk on. Catrati with the slide will go out of play. And we'll see Mackey take the throw, and he'll get it down inside the 30-yard line. Again, Biscay with several shutouts this year, but you would think he faces a lot of shots, but in net, Austin actually has had some brilliant saves this year. And that ball's going to come all the way across, and it almost made the connection on the far side. They had a lot of legs to travel through and just ran out of gas on it. You can see the slowness on the ball and the softness of the field. Ball to the midfield area. And Harwood last year, not a long ball team. They had that, if the field's open, they'll take the dribble and carry the ball up. But they also played that short passing game, connecting the triangles and the dots, bringing it up the field. Mill River, they've not really changed their style. They just have more flow, bring the ball up through the middle of the field. But if that long ball is there, they do have the speed and the players that can run underneath those balls and turn them into big scoring chances. That's Ethan Biscay with the touch. And let me tell you, I can't tell you how important midfield's going to be today. Usually I say whoever can control the middle of the field has a good chance to win the ball game. Nothing more true than that today in this contest. That was the key to the championship game last year. After the first 8 minutes, Harwood settled down and they controlled the middle of the field and pretty much really neutralized that high offensive output power of Mill River. Dan Hammond with that acrobatic throw overthrew everybody. He'll go out of play with a goal kick coming up. Now be taking the ball, be set down. Looks like Mackey will take it, number 22. He's one of the captains on the team, Eric Mackey. And there's a good crowd on hand already, but there's still people filing in. It was a 3 o'clock start time. We're down to 35 minutes, 30 seconds to go. 40-minute halves, overtime if necessary, and we play till we have a winner. And we have seen that here at Mill River before, especially in the women's program. You play a couple 10-minute overtime periods, golden goal the rule, then you're still tied. You go to 8-on-8 soccer. If you're still tied, that's when I think you do the shootout. That's a long run for a 50-50 ball in. Little collision right there, and Hammond will get it up quickly after being offended on the play, and it'll be Mill River with their first kickoff of foul, and it'll be Everett taking it, number 17, and just what a brilliant season Everett has had for Mill River. He was good last year, but he has matured. That's something that Coach Ratty talked about in the pregame show.
Good job, Will. Good job.
And he pointed out, and I think it was a great observation too. You're talking about Harwood, 16-0 Mill River. Harwood, one of those teams, definitely won't be intimidated by that. That's going to be coming out, and he'll make the grab. He'll check his feet. He was well in the box. Thomas Jacobs Moore with the first kick out of his hands, and again, that'll get good carry past midfield by a good 5 to 6 yards. And Webster looking for Brian Cole on that far side. And the pass is a little bit long, and you see the Jackets, the winter parkas out there on the far side, and the player sitting on the bench, and some slippage already there as you see the player fall down defensively, backtracking on the play. Catrati looking for his first touch, will run to the far this near side, bring it on the curl, and just real good defense there, and then some grabbing and holding, and Catrati caught holding the jersey, and that's the call, and it's a good call by Mike Kinsler, and it'll be a foul, and yeah, Mackey will take the kick, and like I said, Catrati has found it a lot more congested here in the playoffs. Trying to find some open turf, as you would well imagine, people marking up on him. And the ball just stagnant right there at the middle of the field, and so they try to bring it up and in, and boy, I tell you, it's cold out because the camera not responding too well to the zoom in and out. I had to do it manually, and that's why you had that little lag there in play. And so Harwood coming down the far side. You see Biscay there just kind of shadowing him defensively. He'll be from Hammond's foot to his face, and then he'll just send it over. His pass was soft and intercepted. Again, Harwood, a team's got a great feeder program, so a whole good program right from their rec department, little age group, the younger age group, right up through to this high school section, as you saw last year. I saw them several years ago in Division I when they played Rutland at Northwood Field. And the Raiders, I believe, were seeded number 4 at that point, but Harwood came out of that with a win. I think that did go to overtime. It was a beautiful goal, but then they moved down to Division II, and they won the title last year, and you're there in the semis again this year, and we'll see Rooney take the throw, Stephen Rooney. 9 seniors introduced on that Mill River starting lineup, so just experience alone could be a big change from one year to the next like this. And it'll roll to the back, and Catrati will pressure the ball, and we'll have a throw come up now and on that far side. And you can see some long shirt sleeves put on today, some gloves out there, and it's a stiff win. And when time this game is over, we'll be below the 40-degree mark, and this is playoff soccer in Vermont. Hall number 14 trying to take the angle to get back, gets the outside edge, the shot, and on the outside of the net, it brought some oohs and ahs from the crowd, but on the outside of the net, and it was a good rush down the field. They turned the corner, and that opened up the shot into Biscay. He plays the angles. He's very technically sound, Biscay is in that, Austin, besides being very athletic out there. And so Hall will get ready to kick, and boy, that is right when the wind probably picked up at one of its hardest gusts. And that wasn't Hall, I'm sorry, it's Oman out there, number 15. I'm just liking the big game. I got to settle down. I'm all pumped for this action. I couldn't wait for the weather to clear up so they could get this thing and get playing. Catrati getting back, and I believe it went off from the defensive player. And yeah, they're going to give the throw to Mill River. And I wasn't sure if that got deflected out of bounds off one of the Mill River players, but it's going to be Hammond going over, and he'll usually line up for that somersault throw, that acrobatic throw. And yeah, he's getting way back now. And there's the momentum, there's the flip, and it's a line drive throw. And you want to get more of a lob on it in the air. And we could have a corner, and we'll have a corner coming up for the Minutemen. It'll be their first corner of the contest. Omen, number 15, will head over, and he'll get set to serve up the corner. He'll have to compensate for the wind. You can see the flag right next to him, showing the direction of the wind down on the field. It's different than what we're facing up here in the press box area. We're down to 30 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the opening quarter of play. And off the post, Barnes, save! Never went out. And now they're calling it a goal. Yeah, it crossed over the line. When the second player for Harwood reached back and touched it, it had gone over the line, and by the way they're celebrating, I would say it was Webster that got the goal. So it could be Everett, it could be Webster, but what a play. That's Kyle. Yep, so on a fluky goal, you see Catrati explaining it to Mike Kinsler out there. Oh, yeah. It's the kind of goal you need on a 16-0 season against a Harwood team on your home field. You have to have goals. You don't get 16-0 without a break now and then, you know. They did it by staying healthy all year, and then that goal. Yeah. And again, the camera, you could see it up close because I couldn't make the camera zoom back. The lens freezes up and down when it gets below 40 degrees. So you got to see it real close. So 1-0 Mill River. There's something different already compared to last year's meetings. They didn't score last year against Harwood, so, and that will only boost their confidence. That ball stays in play on the far side in front of that skeleton framework they're building for that press box, which they hope to have ready by next season. Oh, look at the outside speed, looking for Catrati, and the ball knocked away at the last second. That will sail and go out of bounds. And a pretty nifty play by the official on that side with the trap, and then, well, I'm losing track. There's the ball. Okay, I was watching the official with the ball, and I was looking at the wrong person, so we'll bring it on this side. We'll have a throw by Mill River. Again, that's Hammond. That's what he wanted to do last time. Yeah, so pushing on Catrati, and that ball pops up top of the arc outside the 18. Biscay will go back, and they'll be settled down now by Hammond. He'll just send it up soft over the top, race to the corner, and we'll have a Mill River throw coming up. You can see the indication, the signal from Kinsler. And they'll have Hammond, who's already logged a lot of miles, running from side to side, come over, and he'll take the throw, well, probably close to the 15-yard line, more like the 10-yard line. So he'll be set with 29 minutes to go in the first half. Mill River with that 1-0 lead. And I was hoping they'd announced the goal, but they didn't. Well, they again good position inside on that, and a good throw by Hammond. He'll step up and I'll go off the side of his foot and now to play. Right idea, trying to just bring it up softly over the top and then bringing it on net. So a goal kick coming up for the number 2 seeded Minutemen. On a goal that was so close, and at first I didn't think it was because I was waiting for the indication. Then the whistle came and the finger was pointed, the goal went up, and the celebration started. And Mill River with that 1-0 lead now on their home turf. The number 2 seed, of course, Burton at number 1. And I don't want to put anything ahead of before the game finishes. There's a ton of time left, but if you look at the finals, there's not a bad matchup anywhere in the finals. And of course, I want it to be Mill River out there. And at Middlebury High School on a Saturday, I could easily, if there's somewhere to shoot, would go up and do that game. That's why you see Austin, or that's Ethan Biscay get set to mark the ball. Twins out there, 2 brothers, Biscay and Biscay. A day that you would think would be perfect for soccer. Mill River with that 1-0 lead, and boy, they go to attack the ball, and the missed kick brought back to the inside. That was Cole. Like I said, he's had a phenomenal season, Cole has. Everett, who's just been the field general out there Well, that ball bouncing around, and it's controlled by the Minutemen. He wants to bring it around. He got held, knocked down. Going to have a kick coming up. They grabbed a hold of Catrati. Mackey with the foul, and a kick coming from right outside the 18. I'll tell you what, the crowd filling in nicely. They are surrounding the field. The bleachers are full, and that's what you love to see. You bear with the camera work right now. My camera's old and cold like me. 27 minutes even to go, first half action. Winner goes to the championship game. Everett getting set for the kick. Looks like he's going to bring it to the far post. Look for somebody to run in on the deflection. No, he couldn't penetrate the wall. And then, boy, I tell you what, he got a leg on it, but it was awkward, and that's going to go him up and over and be headed down. And Everett, his pass across, and nice step up. Hammond with a great job of stepping up. That's going to roll to the sideline, and we'll have a Harwood throw. So the first, I would say somewhere in that 5 to 6 minute range, Harwood did a good job of keeping the ball down in their offensive end. And then Munger kind of leveled off and got possession, got a corner, and then got the goal, and they've been able to keep the play territorially down there and offensively now, as we're at 26 minutes to play in the first half of this semifinal game. Did he save it? I hear no whistle, and that's going to be out of play now. It's hard to see on that far side. We'll have the throw coming up by Harwood right in a second. They're going to back up. There they go. And that was awkward. He went flat-footed with the throw, and that's going to be Biscay, and he wants to go to the outside. On the edge, that pass, a nice step up on the mark, and the challenge defensively. You're looking at two real quick teams out there right now. They'll be off from the defender, and they'll be out of play, and that was right to Coach Ratty. Again, he was the Division II Coach of the Year. He's looking for back-to-back trips to the championship game. And Dinnan, number 19 out there, and Dinnan's had some phenomenal big goals in his very short varsity career. With last year in the playoffs. Oh, what a beautiful pass, what a beautiful ball. That's going to be knocked into the 18 even deeper. Then you see Catrati take the angle to the outside and keep it on the edge. They'll bring it down, and there's a little pop fly into the 18, headed out by Mackey, and the trap. When you see the field, how slippery it is, Webster will get right back up into the play, and that's a long ball over the top by Harwood. They want to reverse the fields. They did so. And TJ Mumford, just phenomenal physical presence. Yeah, clean contact. There should be no foul called, young man. You ran into a brick wall. He just standing there. Yes, they're going to stop the clock for the injury timeout to Harwood. And he's going to be yellow carded. You know what it was? I don't think it was for the contact. I think it was for the afterwards, the talking, the question of the call. So not only did he get jarred pretty good, then he got carded. Oh, the collision, and then the yellow card issued to the Harwood player, but the foul they did call on Mill River. I'm not sure I agree with that. TJ was standing there, and he's just... The fact that he's big and strong, and look at Biscay. Look at Biscay make the save! On a beautiful serve off the foul. They got it down in deep beyond the goal line, the goalkeeper's line. And you can see the field freezing now as the temperature's dropping here in this afternoon's game, and that's when people are starting to slide all over. So Austin Biscay with the game's first superb save keeps it 1-0 Mill River. Like I said, Mumford's senior year being played here at Mill River. He had to transfer. His father got transferred in his job. And boy, what an addition he has been. He has played outstanding soccer, but he's given him a physical presence out there on the field. Very clean, but very physical player. 1-0 the Minutemen, and the kick coming up. And that one kind of nosedive right off the header into the hands of Biscay, right on the perfect angle. As usual, Austin is, like I said, he's technically sound, and then he's gifted just to be athletic to go along with all that intelligence of his. Oh, look at that, from Dinnan up ahead to Catrati, to himself, to the middle of the field, on the trail play to Everett as they're playing the Harlem Globetrotters coming down the field, and they're going to call a foul on that. And Catrati can't believe it. I'm looking at Everett, he can't believe it. This isn't tennis now. There is some physical contact allowed. 23 minutes to go in the first half. And it's been a dandy. It's been tense, and it's been played just like a championship game. So we'll have the kick into the sun, and but I tell you, nice kick on it, considering the conditions out there. Hammond, it's Rooney. Rooney with a well-timed step up. The ball takes a good bounce for Harwood, and that's going to be in the back of the net. We are tied at 1 on just a gorgeous, gorgeous goal. And a little showboating afterwards, which is okay. Well, we got a 1-1 game on a couple. That was just a thing of beauty. That was picturesque. I gave it to number 10, Joe Yalicki. And I would give him points off just for taunting or... Well, you know what? I don't have a problem with that. That's being emotional. It's just freaking semifinal game. I got no problem with that. It's an emotional game. Heck, that's okay, Joe. Do that again. That was all right. Let your emotions out. You'll get ulcers if you don't. 1-1. Harwood responding on the road, trailing Mill River, tied it up. And a shot from just about the 25-yard line. And as tall as Biscay was, he could not track it and get a piece of it enough to get it out of the net. It's one in under the crossbar. So that happens with 22:41 left to play in the first half. Oh yeah, and don't worry, that big O word, that overtime word, always looms in semifinal action. Montpelier and Mill River women did it. I think it was 3 years ago now. Just a marathon of a game that ended in a shootout. And Hammond's going to be called for the foul at the 20, and there'll be a kick for Harwood. So a little momentum carrying over from that goal, which is a beautiful shot. Okay, so on the Mill River on the Mill River goal, it was Webster, number 3, with the goal, and then Ullman, number 15, with the assist. Oh, there's nothing like good help up in the booth, let me tell you. So, looking for the lead, and they got it. What a play they ran. Oh, I haven't seen that formation ran all season long. It really fooled and screened off the goalie Biscay. It'll be 2-1 Harwood now. And it's all happened within a minute. And that's Yalicki again, I believe, number 10, yes, with the back-to-back goals. And 2-1 Harwood over Mill River. We'll see how Mill River responds, but what a unique formation. They ran on that kick just out. I came on a foul at the 20-yard line. They had a whole wall of people move to the west, and Biscay kind of tried to follow that, and then they had the trail player. And that brings the crowd up, MRU, and a foul called on Ethan Biscay. And again, I don't understand a lot of these touchy little ticky-tack calls. So 2-1 Harwood with 21 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first half of play, and they have overcome being on the road. This is Mackey with the kick and being behind. That ball right in. Oh, man, I tell you, there's going to be just a chance. They'll never forget that. As Biscay lost his footing on the frozen tundra and slid going over, and the net was wide open, and they just couldn't make the correction. Harwood, I'm talking about, and bring the ball out in front. So Harwood all of a sudden just pushing the offensive attack down and on Mill River. So the Minutemen, one of the rare times all season. Then, like I said, the last time I remember being behind was the Springfield in the season finale, 1-0 into the second half. And there's that skills of handling the ball, and boy, they're starting to get Mill River chasing around in the defensive end, and that's leaving some gaps out there and frustrating Mill River. That ball will come back, and see, they're not coming up in the step up in the challenges as much because they don't want to get the offensive player from Harwood to go by them. It's going to be down to Ethan Biscay, and he'll get the ball off. And Mill River looking for that short little pass. Again, Catrati well marked, and he's going to be all afternoon. And Yalicki, with quite the first half of play, will send that ball in deep. Hall will go over and clean the ball to the outside, and that's going to be Ethan Biscay, and he'll just slide it down. Mill River at 16-0, the number 2 seed on the downside of a 2-1 score here in the semifinals. We'll have Brian Cole head over to the far side, number 12 in white, and he'll get set to take the throw. Mill River, though, to their credit, if you start talking to the players, they think they're a second half team. They think they play much better in the second half. And with the games, I've done all their home games, and I got to tell you, I agree. They had a 0-0 game with Woodstock here, and then scored 7 second half goals. Sorry about that, the camera froze up again. It happens. I usually don't shoot in the cold weather with this camera, but my other cameras aren't. Well, they're feeling under the weather also. That's going to be out of play. They're getting old, like me, so Everett being set to take the throw. Tell you what, the crowd putting out some energy today here at Mill River Union High School in North Clarendon, Vermont, in the middle road in USA on Munger Vision. And you see Biscay explode with the speed, and his pass on the angle picked off. He's looking for Dinnan on that far side, and that's going to be Harwood on the attack. And will become a corner. I'm just waiting for the indication. And yes, it will become a corner for Harwood, so they'll send it to the far side with that 2-1 lead. And it looks like 18 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. The sun just brilliant on those bulbs over there, and you can't read the numbers now. But I know the big numbers. It's 2-1 Harwood. That's served up, and a little push from behind in the box. They let it slide. We were able to weather that corner, and now the contact, the trip, and here comes Everett down the field. Everett with some turf taking a dribble. Will have it go off from the Harwood player out of play, and Everett's going to stay right there, and he's going to take the throw. You see him looking around. Now he's going to stay there and take the throw.
Come on, Wally.
Yes, we're getting everybody in position before he'll take the throw, and it'll be a short throw. It'll be taken down by Cole. Cole able to get a touch on it, not control it, and that pass came back through the foot of Cole. And here comes Mackey. Mackey with that pass right through the legs of Biscay and to Yalicki, and it'll be brought down by Dinnan. Dinnan will turn with the right foot over the top, and this is going to be Cole coming in, and he lost it off his foot. And look, he knows it. He couldn't. The field does hamper everybody, not just Cole, but you can see that the stiffness of the turf, he wasn't able to bring the trap down under control. And that will be off the side of the foot, and I think it's in play. Yep. Again, you see another player slipping down. As the longer the game goes into the afternoon and evening, that field's going to become even more slippery. We started just at 40 degrees, and I bet you we're at 37, 36 right now. We're in the first half, 2-1, Harwood and Mill River, and what a game everybody's anticipating. Oh, Rooney, I got to agree with you. Boy, I tell you, they are calling it a very one-sided game right now as far as contact out there. And if they're going to call it that way with those little touch fouls, that certainly will not favor Mill River. A lot different. Now there's a shot and there's a goal. Yeah, and they got behind the defense again, and they were just able to come right through the middle of the field to make it 3-1 Harwood. Well, we've seen Mill River or in this boat before last year in the playoffs, and they were able to stabilize and come back. And tell you, there were timeouts in soccer in the regular season. Now, I'm just assuming that carried over to the playoffs. You might want to use the timeout right now if they have them. 3 unanswered goals by Harwood, and they've exploded to a 3-1 lead here on Mill River's home turf, which isn't feeling very homey right now to them. Like I said, last year in the title game, the score stayed 1-0 for the longest time late into the second half before Harwood got that second goal, the icing goal. And I tell you what, Mill River's got to stabilize now, not give up any more goals. That's the first priority. If you go in at the half trailing 3-1, that's better than trailing by a lot more, and that's going to be chased down by Dinnan. He seems to try and take the reverse route to come around the back side. Harwood right there, that quickness in that short passing game, and Webster getting back in there, and Harwood winning all the 50-50 balls right now, and they're just that short passing, and maybe a little triangles. They bring up the next layer. That's going to be Mackey. Showed him the ball, brought it back to the outside. That opened up the field, and he'll dribble it. Doing everything I told you they had done last year. If the field's open, they'll take the carry, the ball up the field on the dribble. And very rarely do they go over the top other than on those free kicks. That field opens up again, and that's going to be off the side of the foot and out of play. And that is the most goals given up by Mill River this season. as we're at 15:40 to go in the first half, and a stunned Mill River crowd and a stunned Mill River team down 3-1 to Harwood. And we had a push from behind called. Yeah, he had his arm on him, got a little nudge on him, and now we'll have a kick coming up by Everett. Nick Scholes the big goal, and that's no cliche. I mean, it is a cliche, but boy, is it true. 3-2 is a lot different than being down 4-1. Yeah, I know that sounded funny, but I'm dead serious, so. The Minutemen. I'm just trying to locate the ball. There it is. Waiting for the subs to come in and come out. And it's going to be a Harwood change as we are down to. Well, they've actually stopped the clock with 15 minutes on a substitution. I don't think I've seen that before. From Dinan's head, Webster and gang have to kind of pick it up here. And boy, thank you. I'll say if you're going to call stuff on Mill River, you got to call that an obvious trip and an extension of the arm for the push. We've seen Mill River down in last year's playoffs on a couple different occasions. One of them looked insurmountable, and they were able to come back and get the thing won. So don't give up on him yet. Whoops, tell you what I missed because I was playing with the lens because it won't move. Was a foul called on Mill River on the kick, and I'm sorry about missing that, but you don't know how cold it is. And the camera is really not made for being out in this type of weather, and it's just cold. And that'll be stepped up and headed down and controlled by the Minutemen. They won't settle. They'll just send it. They'll get it to Mumford. He'll turn. Mumford plants his foot and lost it out of bounds. Kicked it too far to the outside. So with 14 minutes even to go, we'll take the throw in a 3-1 Harwood lead in the first half of play. And, well, one positive, Mill River's going to get the wind advantage here in the second half of play. Oh, this camera's making me upset. There we go. Boy, Mackey had nothing but jersey. And finally, after a long delay in the crowd actually getting that so they'll make the call, they just had nothing but jersey riding them like a bronco out there. And finally, the call made. Because I think that long delay was a lot of the crowd helping to make the call. And so Everett and company looking to get the playing field leveled with their own inspired play. And nice grab by Moore. Tell you what, he went through a lot of people, a lot of crowd, and he kept his focus, and he got out there and he made the grab, and he'll take the kick now. And boy, I tell you, he has kicked the ball well. We'll see in the second half with the change into the fields if he'll kick the ball well. That's going to be a nice play back over the top of Catrati. Catrati came across, made the steal. Catrati with the ball on the edge of the circle near the center of the field, have his pass knocked down. He'll come right back to him, and he'll take a few dribbles, and now they'll work the ball. Well, they can't just penetrate. Again, that defense by Harwood, just like last year. You know, they don't allow Mill River to penetrate the ball down inside the 30-yard line. It's hard to set your offense up when you can't get the ball below the 30. And we're down to 12 minutes to go in the first half of play, and I can only imagine what the chalk talk will be at the half and the Mill River side of the conversation here. And it's going to be Dinan and Mill River, and they'll come into Biscay, and Ethan Biscay will bring the ball across the field, and they're going to let it settle down. And that's Bullock, number 7 out there. Bullock, a sophomore over the top. Like I said, 9 seniors on the Mill River roster on the starters. 9 starters out there are seniors for Mill River. And that should be, yeah, one off from Harwood, and he blew the call. That was double, went off from Everett, off from Harwood out of play, and the official from way behind made the call. He made the wrong call because you saw what I saw. Last touch by Harwood, but they'll get the throw. He'll bring it into the corner, and it's hard enough to play a quality team like Harwood in tough conditions, but it's even harder when, well, I want to say it, the officiating is kind of head-scratching right now. There's a push not called. Mumford going all over the place. A little spastic out there, but he couldn't control it, and that's going to be Ullman coming across. So go out and play off from Ullman, and now we'll have Harwood take the throw. And again, that wind coming, and it's a nasty, nasty wind. It feels like you should be out deer hunting. It's so cold right now. Not that I do that, but the guys who do, the MRU crowd trying to fire up their team. They go to the MRU chants. The number 2 seeded undefeated Minutemen trailing right now 3-1. They had a very brief 1-0 lead. We're at 10 minutes, 27 seconds to go before the half. Yeah, and that's going to be coming across, and it'll be picked up by Mill River. They're going to go backwards to go forwards as Hall will get into it. He'll send the ball toward Everett. He'll get a header on it, redirected, and there's the mark on Catrati. And boy, they got it marked all over the field, which you should anticipate that. Yeah, right now I can hear a lot of the crowd thinking that Mill River's not really responding to the ball the way that they want them to. But right now it is tough out there. Harwood just really playing inspired, playing marked up. That's going to be in a bad, bad spot. And that just missed being goal number 4. That was just a miss kick, or you're looking at goal number 4. That's going to be up and saved by Biscay corner. Tell you what, Harwood looking for the finish right now early in the contest. You still got 9 minutes to go in the first half, so you have 49 minutes of soccer to go, but they're looking to finish this thing off and put the nails in the coffin early. So as they get set to take the kick, see if the camera will cooperate now and back up. We've seen some beautifully coached plays by Harwood, executed on the field, and there's goal number 4. Yep. Nobody came out to pressure the ball, and Harwood just had a clear beat on it. And 4-1 Harwood. I never would have thought it. And that all-important Nick's goal just happened. Well, Mill River now in a must-score before the half situation. Down by a 4-1 score and looking like a number 16 seed right now as far as confidence completely shot. As they check on the assist and on the goal. But I'm telling you, Mill River just not coming out. They're not playing Mill River soccer. They're not attacking the ball. They're not moving the ball. They're not coming out to pressure defensively. They're not stepping up. And they are as stunned as the crowd. No, I really anticipated a very close competitive ball game. I couldn't see a winner. I mean, I liked to see Mill River win, but I couldn't sit here and tell you honestly before the game I thought they were going to. But I thought it'd be a competitive game, probably an overtime game, but we're not out of that realm of it yet. I mean, there's still time, but they have got to settle down and start playing Mill River soccer. And that's a big collision. One thing they can't do is just throw the towel in and play with their heads down right now. They have to stay together, hold the line, and get one goal at a time. Which is all you can really get anyways, but you're looking for that one goal to make it 4-2. Hall, again, look at Harwood, right on the ball, pressuring. Hall having a little problem bringing it out of the crowd. He'll get there, send it down the sideline out of play, and we'll have a throw by Mill River. Dinnan is going to go and take the throw. And again, at some point, Bullock coming up through the crowd, taking a dribble himself, and yeah, I got a foul called, and from the 45-yard line, Everett will set the ball down, and it looks like Everett will take the kick. And it's going to go all the way across field, and I'll tell you what, a stunned announcer, 4-1 Harwood. 4 first-half goals. Mill River, who defeated the number 1 seed, Burton, in this Division II bracket during the regular season. Just back on their heels, to be blunt about it, with 17 minutes to go. They've given up 4 goals already. They said they had an extremely brief a very brief 1-0 lead. And boy, there's a step up finally. I was waiting to see how far they're going to let that ball travel in. As Harwood, just again with a 4-1 lead, you can play a lot different if you wanted to. I mean, right now, I just keep attacking like they are. They're controlling the play, controlling the field. That's a beautiful pass. Everett got over there, made his mark. There's a shot, and Biscay with the leaping grab on the save there. And again, that shot had a lot of juice on it. He was able to target it in. And Catrati doesn't want this to be his final game, his senior year of a brilliant career, and he's trying to get involved in the play. And boy, he got it right there. He just stayed with it. Nice steal. They double teamed him. Mackey came up, took the ball away, number 22 for Harwood. And Catrati went back, and they're going to call a foul on Catrati. Mackey will go down in the arms of Mumford. Mumford will be pushed from Yalicki from behind. And yeah, it's a, this is the referees letting it get out of hand by calling it one way with the physical play early on. And now we're getting all of this chippiness. That's really not Coach Kinsler. He's done a good job on his side of the field. But it'll be a foul and a kick. And one thing you got to do is just keep your composure out there. Yeah, you're down 4-1 and you're getting embarrassed on your home field. But you got to stay alive to the second half to make your move. Whether it stays 4-1 till the second half or you can get a goal here and make it 4-2. But you can't just abandon organization and game plan and orchestration of soccer plays and soccer moves. You got to keep playing soccer. And right now we're on the verge of losing that focus of soccer. That's going to stay in play. I think the one had a lot to do with that staying in play. You see Biscay heard the footsteps. He'll go back, and there's the touch up by Bullock, and then Webster with the touch, and they'll bring it back down inside. The trap, the reversal, and the ball will come back to go forward. It's Mackey with a nice, soft, slow pass. And on the turn, they'll split the defense. And boy, he'll make the move to the outside. And Ethan Biscay got there at the last second. And Austin Biscay will come out and make the save now for the Minutemen as he'll take the punt. To Catrati. And that went up in the air as Mackey with it now. And Catrati got there just a step late. And now there's a push on Catrati. And there'll be a kick coming up for Harwood with just 4 minutes left in the first half. That has seen Harwood bolt out to a 4-0 lead. And other than for about 6 minutes of this first 40 minutes, they have dominated the game, Harwood has. Yep, they have dominated the game, Harwood has. We were completely disorganized in their end and losing some composure. And yeah, he went out of play as he took a turn. Again, and turf is got some slick spots on it. And we'll have Harwood with the mark at just about the 30-yard line. Mackey. As that went off, one header across, and yep, goal number 5. I think right there sums it up. 5-1. And you could just feel it collapsing. Yep. 5-1. Harwood. First half, 5-1. Completely dominating the game. Wow. All I got to say is wow. I was impressed with Harwood last year. In the championship game, I think I'm more impressed with them this year in the semifinal game. Well, it'd be the greatest comeback in high school soccer history in Vermont if Mill River was to come back. But, you know, you got to look at it one possession, one goal, one chance at a time. And I'll tell you what, it's an awful thing to be undefeated and your loss coming in the semifinals. But right now, if you were to kind of look at realistically, that's what we could be looking at right here in Everett. Tell you what, Harwood it's quite a ride. They brought a lot of people. And Denon will catch the ball out of play, and it'll be a goal kick. And he'll very nicely just set the ball down. 5-1 Harwood. Oh yeah, don't adjust your audio. You heard me. 5-1 Harwood. That ball kept down low, but again, Mill River's got to kind of just, you know, it's easy to say and hard to do, but you got to forget the score and just take it one possession. Get one good deep ball inside the 18, try to get a corner, try to get a goal. Harwood can change the dynamics now because they're a 4-goal lead in soccer is kind of like a 4-touchdown lead in football, or an 8-run lead in the 7th inning in baseball. I mean, everything changes. And oh, they'll call the fallen omen. And the kick will come up now by Mackey, who's been extremely impressive, number 22 for Harwood. And boy, that ball just finding all kinds of the right cracks and crevices as Biscay went up, and boy, they kept it alive, and he had good help from behind. They cleaned the ball up out of that goal mouth area, and now they'll try to run through it, and can just know where to move or breathe right now. They're marking so tight and so well. That's Tyler Catrati, number 2 out there for Mill River. Well, I think they brought Tyler out just to give him a spark, trying to give the team a spark. Tyler, a very fiery individual. And they'll call the foul as Mumford went down. They grabbed him from behind, and we'll have a kick coming up. It'll be set down by, it should be Tyler Catrati, number 2.
Come on, put it on the ball.
Yeah, so it will be Tyler taking the kick. That's still a 50-50 ball in play. Mumford went up, couldn't control it. The ball will be blocked at the line. There's a shot and a save by Moore. Oh, it was taken on a rocket by either Everett or Biscay. But it will be stopped by Moore. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and what's been a nightmare first half for Mill River. And boy, oh boy, 5-1 Harwood over the number 2 seed, 16-0 Mill River squad, in a position they have not been in all season long. And I'm not sure what coach is going to say, but they got 40 minutes to pull things together and try to salvage their undefeated season. Well, what could be the final 40 minutes of the 2008 season for the previously undefeated Mill River squad. They'll have the wind to their back. They'll have the first possession here, and Harwood with a 5-1 lead over Mill River. I can only imagine what was talked about in both huddles. What do you say if you're Harwood's coach? Just keep doing what you're doing. You're playing well. You're executing. You have them, not decomposed, but they've lost their composure. And if you're Mill River, the first 5 minutes are crucial here. You need a score, seriously, within the first 5 to 8 minutes. And you can be able to tell by the attitude and the body language on the field if they have it in them to even attempt to be competitive in the second half and stick with it. Everett. And what I mean by that is games like this tend to get chippy. And Hammond with a nice dribble move came up with a couple steps, and then he'll go for the top. That's going to be knocked down by Harwood. And you see Ethan Biscay got his shot. I think it was going to be a shot, got knocked down, and then the step up by Mumford, and his ball was timed perfectly to be stalled out on the kick attempt. He will come back, and oh, he went down, yeah. Yeah, and they're going to bring the ball down the field, but he got hurt behind the play, and now they'll stop it. Yeah, and there's the stop in the play, but Mumford, I think, got kicked up high, yeah, in the knee thigh area, and that's what they're going to look at TJ right now. For some kind of leg injury, had to be assisted off the field. That's not good, but we hopefully it'll be something very minor. We'll see him coming back into the ball game. But again, Mill River down 5-1. We're in the second half of the semifinal. They're playing hard with the Highlanders. But they've got to really, the first, like I said, 5 to 8 minutes will be telling here in this second half for the Minutemen as Everett Of course, you can play and coach a lot different with that 5-1 lead. That's big in soccer. And Catrati with the shot will be just wide. I think that's actually his first shot taken of the contest. He's been well marked to fall across the field. We played 2 minutes so far in the second half. We're down to 38 minutes left in regulation. We'll have the kick coming up now by Harwood in those black uniforms, coming in with the number 6 seeding. And again, Mill River with that number 2 seed at a perfect regular season. They won the MVL regular season championship. Their head coach, Kevin Ratty, won the Coach of the Year honors. That's going to be a fall and a kick coming up for Mill River as Biscay went down. Everett will take the kick, number 17. Oman will bring him the ball. And we'll be just about at the 45-yard line, inside the circle, but on the offensive side of midfield. And it'll be laid out and headed to the corner. And you can see Catrati look around, watch go out of play, and we'll have a kick coming up now. Or no, they say last touch by Harwood. We'll have Dan Hammond come over, and he'll get set to do that acrobatic flip throw for the Minutemen. They'll toss him the ball, number 6, one of those 9 seniors on the starting lineup for Mill River. There it is, and there is the launch, and boy, they need a quick goal. Really is what the Minutemen need. And that's going to be to the outside. It was settled and sent with the left foot, and I believe it was Cole that took the kick, but a good sign. They were able to generate an offensive chance. Well, Mackey, 22, go over, and he's played just phenomenally well here in this semifinal game. Number 22, Mackey, with the kick coming up now on that near side, the far side of the box, and that'll be lifted, and we were able to shorten the field and attack, and that ball will go out of play, and I'm waiting to see what they say, and we'll have a black throw. Yeah, they're looking long, and they'll throw long on the mark. It'll go out of play from Denon. No, there's Tyler Catrati in the ball game to start the second half, number 2. And again, they could be looking for him to just provide a spark. As Harwood trying to get organized and get down through the middle of the field and get an offensive chance started here. And believe me, I'm sure the Minutemen are very, very aware of this next goal thing. That's going to be through the inline and not touch. Goal kick coming up. Austin Biscay will set the ball down. Looks like Oman will take the kick, number 15 for the Minutemen. Oh, on a day that started off with such promise. A big crowd, a nice sunny day, a 1-0 lead for Mill River, and then 5 straight goals by Harwood. And really puts a damper on the festivities here for the Minutemen. That's going to come down, and they're looking for Catrati, and he'll bring the ball forward. There's the help defense as they'll wipe the chance off the boards, and Tyler lobbying for a corner, and I don't think he's going to get it. We'll have a throw coming up by Harwood. They'll stop and lob it. And so Everett, again, Mill River's had a lot more time of possession here in this offensive end in this first few moments of this half, but you can have all the possession you want. They're at the position now, they're down so much, they need scores. Like I said, a 4-goal lead in soccer, that's a lot. Hall up the field, and he's sending over the top, and he'll scoop in on Moore, and he'll get in good position to make the grab. Labeled for the far post, and see him, he'll take the kick, and he's kicked the ball well on both ends of the field today, with or without the wind. And Biscay and company just trying to take out one possession here at a time. They're looking for Tyler Catrati, and Tyler trying to play catch up from behind. And yeah, you can see the help come in, and I think that's last touched by Denon. It'll go out of play. We'll have a throw now by Harwood, their last year's defending champions in Division II, looking to skip back to the championship game for the 2nd year in a row and defend their title. And barring a complete meltdown, they are just 34 seconds away from making that happen. See Cole all the way across the field, the quick acceleration, and Mackey with that burst of speed himself, and then a step up in a challenge by Hammond. And Mill River had the ball and right to midfield. Then they lost their footing. The ball corner to Ethan Biscay, and to Denon, to Catrati. And again, he's just so well defended right there. They'll come to Denon on the trail, and then the ball came off his foot hard, went right to the Harwood defensive player. And you see Everett lose his footing. There's the ball again, well marked, well defended. And Harwood, to dribble up the field. And they'll do that a lot. They've got 10, 15, 20 yards of open turf. Instead of just kicking it for the purpose of kicking it, they'll actually carry the ball on the dribble down the field, and that will be whistled out of play right in front of the Harwood bench. Webster with the only goal of the game for Mill River with the assist to Omen, and there's that rocket launcher of a throw by Hammond. And they'll volley back and forth with those 50-50 balls, and now possession established by Omen. He'll come right around the corner. And again, just no passing lane there, and boy, you can see the play by Hall as he came sliding across. He'll get called for the foul, and it'll be at the 30-yard line. You know, a pretty darn good position for the kick right here. And Austin Biscay trying to regather himself here for these last 40 minutes of what could be the final 40 minutes of his career in high school soccer here at Mill River. Yeah, and they stopped play as they had an injury. And that's what we're waiting for. Yeah, so they're able to get the injured player off, no problem. And now Mackey with the kick on the foul on the free kick. And that's going to be grabbed by Austin. And boy, I don't know how that was a possession. No goal, no possession. No, right there, Coach Kinsler saying that's a good call. Yeah, he clearly had possession. It was the contact that knocked the ball free. And that will erase that 6th goal. And we'll have a kick coming up now for Mill River. And that will carry to the 45-yard line and be picked up by Ethan Biscay off the foot of Austin to Ethan. And Everett getting in there now, number 17, and he jumps at the ball. And again, there's just no opening in that defense right now to get through there. So you get the ball to Catrati, and on that full sprint he does, he gets pushed out of the way. No whistle on the play. He'll turn the corner and wanted to pass the ball around to himself, and that's going to be right off from his brother Tyler Catrati, and that stings on a cold day like today, but he'll pop back up and stay in play, and we'll have a Harwood throw. Mackey chasing the ball down, number 22 for Harwood. As again, they're sitting on top of that 5-1 lead here in the second half of play over the Minutemen from Mill River Union High School in North Clarendon, Vermont on the Middle Road. I give the crowd credit. They're sticking with it out there. And out of play, Denon coming. That's a good spot to get the throw in from. Just about the 30-yard line. And Ethan Biscay will send the ball across to Everett, and he's got the foot open, up and too high. He elevated it. Unless it was touched, we'll have a goal kick coming up, and we're at 30 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the second half of play. And again, Mill River at 16-0. It is tough to have your first loss come and the semifinal level and such a lopsided score. And you can see all the way across, and they'll get the ball on a couple of touches on this near side, and that's going to be Denon playing a good defense. And again, black jersey right there behind him supporting the ball, and that's what they've done both offensively and defensively. And that's going to come through to Catrati. He's coming in, and he's going to send it across. That's going to be saved by Moore as he was able to get there, slow it down, and then get the hand on it to smother it. Yeah, Catrati couldn't put a lot more juice on it because he was coming away from the defender, away from the goalie, kicking across his body. And that was just a good rush down the field and a pretty fortunate bounce, actually, for the Minutemen that set that whole play up. As Cole had it, lost it, stays with it, has it again, trying to split the defense, comes out of the pack with the ball. And I mean, he came through 5 jerseys with that thing, and he's going to work it to the edge of the field and have it go out of bounds. And we've got a corner being set up for the Minutemen, and boy, do they need to convert a corner right here. Omen was going down. They're going to have Tyler Catrati take the kick, number 2. So Tyler, you know, a lot of action here in this semifinal game. So Tyler looking to serve it up, will send it in, and boy, it was headed by Biscay, got knocked down in front by a defender for Harwood. Then his re-kick hit Denon, and the ball will go out of play. We'll have Catrati take the throw. Tyler Catrati out there take the throw. He's looking long. It's covered. Now they're going to have Hammond come all the way down, and now Dan take that deep lob throw. Hopefully it'll be a deep lob throw of his into the box. And there's the snap, and that's going to be in there, and headed on net and saved by Moore. Well, if anything, they're getting more scoring chances here in the second half, talking about the Minutemen. Now they've got to get one behind the goalie. But I see Denon just fight through and get the pass to Tyler Catrati, and Tyler sticking with it. Will send it with the left foot, stays in play, looks for his brother Trevor. Trevor now with the ball, Catrati, and he's trying to find just any type of opening. And that's going to just be sliced off the side of the foot of Tyler Catrati. And Everett will come up, take the kick, and just be wide. I like the coordination there, taking the ball right out of the air with the foot and driving it. That's some nasty coordination right there. Whoa. They're getting a lot more chances. There's still time, 27 minutes, 52 seconds to go. Second half, we've got the same score now as we did at the half, 5-1. Harwood with the lead. But a much more inspired Mill River team here in this opening. Well, let's do some math. Say 12 minutes plus here of the second half of play. We've got a foul and got a kick coming up for Harwood. So the Highlanders in those black uniforms will take the kick from just inside of midfield. And Mackey will go over, number 22. And what a leader Mackey's been out there, not only physically, but just when you watch him during the plays, point things out, talk to players after whistles. Do a real nice job. Webster with the game's only goal for Mill River, and Catrati, Tyler Catrati, with that slide, just got there late. And now trying to find a turn, and this, just miss sliding the ball through on the crossing attempt. It's going to come in, and good play by, I believe that's Biscay, Ethan, that made the defensive play, and then cleaned up by Mill River. They got it up ahead to Cole, and Cole looking to go down the far side, and again the speed for Harwood matches out of Mill River. If not, passer passes it, but they're able to cut down the angles and take away the chances, and we're going to have a throw coming up now. I'm just waiting to see who's going to take the throw as I'm looking for the ball. First of all, there it is. I had it in the viewfinder accidentally. Hall twice, able to knock the ball down, went to Everett. He'll slide it across to Webster, and Webster will have his kick driven out of bounds off from the hands, or the body actually, of a defender for Harwood, and will stay with the white throw right in front of the Harwood bench. And they'll back him up and get his momentum going forward, and he'll take that whip-it throw, and it's going to roll through the circle to Denon all the way across, about a 30-yard travel, and Denon will pop it up and go to the corner. Nobody there, and Moore will get it on the bounce. He'll stay inside the 18, obviously, use his hands and get set for the kick. And again, he has kicked the ball well today, especially on the punts. He hasn't had a lot of goal kicks. Mackey's done all those. They'll be off from the foot of Hall, right out of bounds, and that'll be a good spot for the throw for Harwood. 25 minutes away from a trip for the second year in a row back to the Division II state finals. And boy, they both went up for Catrati with a lot of black jerseys around him. He's going to come in, make one more move, and on the trail, he wanted to bring it back to Cole and just lost his balance and went down. But he had a lot of company back there marking him. Ethan Biscay slid it forward, and again the ball cleaned up, kicked toward the side, and it's going to be out of play, white throw. Denon doesn't like the gloves, doesn't get the feel for it, takes the gloves right off, and then keeps playing. The pass was intended for give and go back to Denon. The ball was intercepted and then taken away by Mill River. That's Ethan Biscay with the steal, and then he had it stolen back. Took a little dive there, didn't get the whistle. It was a good no call by the officials, and on the turn, be out of play. We'll have a black throw coming up for Harwood. And I'm just trying to see is Harwood coming in for the substitutions. And an MRU crowd trying to start the chant again. MRU, they're chanting, looking for a goal here as the number 2 seed, undefeated, down by a 5-1 score. And you could see the dribble by Omen brought it back around, and they went backwards to go forwards, and tell you, that's anybody's ball, and there's going to be Harwood that's been getting all those 50-50 balls, or 80% of them here in the ball game. Denon will pop it up. Now, Mill River in the preseason, one of their scrimmages, they beat South Burlington. And boy, that was an eye-opener, but I got to tell you something about Harwood. My goodness. You know, I wonder out loud when you look at something like this, why teams like Harwood are not on that Mill River regular season schedule. Just to play some real tough competition. And is it a corner? No, it's going to be a goal kick. So that clock winding down to 23 minutes to go in the second half of play, and the Minutemen still just at 1 goal, looking at a 5-1 deficit, and Mackey getting set for the kickoff the near corner of the box. And that is a good drive. Tyler Catrati with the pass to his brother Trevor Catrati, and he wants to line up a ball all the way across. He'll reverse sides of the field and look for his brother coming in. He'll pass it to himself, and again, he's quite the spark out there. He's a fiery player, good quick player, and Everett had his shot blocked. There were so many black jerseys out in front of that, he had no chance of getting the ball through. He'll take the kick now, and it'll be saved right off the toes of Moore on a nice low dying kick. But again, they're getting more shots on net in the second half than they had the whole first half combined in their first 40 minutes of play. And you can see that Omen will step into it and drive the ball through, and that's going to be Mackey coming around Biscay, and he's going to just lay a soft pass out, step up, intercepted, and the ball sent over the top. Cole zigzag went the outside, and that ball will be into the Mill River bench area. I believe Coach Ratty got in the way of it. Yeah, and they'll get the mark, and it's not going to be a kick, it's going to be a throw, and Dan Hammond backing all the way up to that new building they're constructing here, and he'll snap to throw in, and that's going to roll through the in line, and we'll have a goal kick for Harwood. And they're going to allow some more subs to come in the game with just 21 minutes to go in the contest. Mill River to the finals last year, got to the semifinals here, got home field advantage all through the playoffs, except for the finals, of course, and they have been stunned, not so the fact that Harwood is in a position to win the ball game, but by the way they're winning by 5-1 right now. They get a much more patient Mill River team here in the second half, but the hole's been dug, and Everett will put the kick on net. It'll go through the in-line, untouched by Harwood. We'll have a goal kick coming up for the Highlanders. They come in the 6th seed. And they're looking like defending champions from last year. Again, see Everett playing everywhere on that field, getting involved in all the plays. And Biscay looking to go to Everett, and the pass just too soft for a team so quick defensively as Harwood is. And that ball's going to roll in, and you can see the race will ensue now. And Hall will lose his balance, and there's a goal. That time Hall lost his balance, and that's about start the bus up time now at 6-1. It's over. Yeah. Hall lost his balance, went down. That opened up the route to the net, and six to 1. And then a little after the fact, I missed it, but taking exception to the celebration was Catrati, and the referee's going to talk about it now. And I don't know if there's a penalty for taunting or unsportsmanlike. Coach Kinsler taking control of the game right now, as he should. Now, it's tough, believe me, to be a number 2 seed and be 16-0 and being hammered on your home field, getting humiliated and embarrassed by another team. And then to see the goals, then the celebration of running down. Now, see, in real sports, that's called taunting, and it's a flag. You get penalized for it. Coach Kinsler's probably telling them, you know, you're exuberant, you're ahead, you're going to go to the title game. You know, but can we just try to have a little bit of class? I'm only conjecturing. He might be saying that's a great shot, man. But that was a beautiful shot. 6-1, and like I said, at the midway point, it's just to the point now where just finish it up, keep your dignity, don't get too chippy. Now Mike will talk to Trev. And I can understand both players, emotional and stuff. I can understand all that. Mike's a good man. He's with a heck of a coach, great coach. He's been around soccer longer than soccer has existed. Now he's got his hands full. Now Trev's going to either get carded or get sent out of the game. He's been talking to, he's been given a chance. But yeah, it's basically the game's over. Now you just want to kind of, like I said, keep your class, keep your dignity, finish it up, play as hard as you can, try to avoid a shutout. Now Mike talking to the Harwood fans, telling them to kind of cool it and relax. He's saying to them, relax. That's a great job by Mike. He stopped play to come and talk to the fans from Harwood. We got to keep in perspective, seriously. It's a soccer game. It's a high school soccer game. And yeah, it sucks to lose and it's great to win, but nobody's got cancer, nobody's going to take chemotherapy, and everybody's going to get up tomorrow and the sun's going to rise, and the next seasons will come. And yeah, they're going to take Catrati out and bring Bankert number 11 in for Mill River. I just want to check. So Catrati coming out. And that's Bankert taking a spot. Now, whether or not we'll see Trevor come in again, it'd be a shame that his final game in such a brilliant career would come to an end being taken out like that for such chippiness. I got as it was running. But what you missed was a foul on Hammond, went to play the ball, and he aggressively took the play down. And again, you want to really don't be remembered for losing the only game of the year in the semifinals in a classless way. You got to really keep your composure. Sportsmanship, or whatever you want to call it. But we'll have a kick. I'm sure that was a card. He's doing math work, book work, so yeah, it's a card that was issued. I might have missed it because my eyes are watering from the wind blowing in, but 19:53 left in Mill River's season, and it's over 6-1 to Harwood. Stunning score. I can believe Harwood won. I really can. I have no problem with that. But it's by the domination and the one-sided score and the way they completely dominated play. So yeah, the ball will go out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in. And not only that, not on a neutral field, doing it right on Mill River's field. So not only that, but Coach Ratty's career will come to an end today. He is retiring to watch his son play for Rutland. And yeah, now we got cards. Yeah, he slammed the ball down. Hall's going to get... Yeah, Hall got carded. I missed what happened with Hall. Now they're going to call Tyler for slamming the ball down. And that's a yellow. I want to show you something though. See these are the Harwood fans. And I know you got to be good players on the field, but you got to be good fans on the sidelines. And there's acting as inappropriately as the players are, the fans are. So just a big mess in this semifinal game that was so anticipated. Yeah, now they're bringing out the coaches and they're going to tell them to, well, I don't really know what the coaches can do. Well, this is what they're going to do. They're going to let the teams gather, the captains gather, and then we're going to tell them, let's clean it up and finish up the final 1842 here. They read a code of conduct before the start of all these high school events, and I've always found it rather funny, actually, because they don't enforce it, they don't follow it, and they certainly don't employ it, so it's kind of a waste of reading it. And I'm not making excuses. Mill River got completely outplayed and outclassed here today by Harwood on the field. But the fans on the sideline for Harwood certainly haven't got any class themselves. So the ones I'm watching, I'm not saying all of them, obviously, but the ones that I'm getting to listen to and see and hear, and the referee coming around and talk to them with a 6-1 lead is just head-scratching. The two coaches are shaking hands. Well, what's Kevin going to do? He's getting his butt kicked right now. He's not going to put up much of an argument. Right now, if I was Kevin, I'd want to go somewhere and not talk to anybody and be by myself and just kind of forget the whole thing existed. And so I don't know where the ball's going to be. But it's turned into a big mess. Now this taking place with 18 minutes and 42 seconds to go. And Mill River's season is going to come to a bitter, bitter, bitter end after going 16-0 and winning the Loisel Tournament Championship, then winning the MBL regular season, running 16 wins off before a loss, but just completely being outplayed and hammered in the semifinal game, and then getting kind of chippy and lost composure. Yeah, we'll have a black throw. Hopefully now they can just sail along these final 18 minutes and everybody can go home, get warm. Bankard had it, tipped it. They're looking for Omen, and the ball will be cleaned up by Bullock. Now see, I thought when I talked to the coaches and all that stuff and the captains that they might let the two teams gather, like in a huddle, and then the coaches or the captain's going to talk to the, that's Davis, Zach Davis out there, number 20 for Mill River. But yeah, not a good game for you to remember Austin Biscay in net, the senior who played so well his whole career, giving up 6 goals so far. The game's not over yet. And then Trevor Katrai, just a phenomenally good soccer player, the all-time leading goal scorer and scorer for Mill River and Mill River soccer, men's soccer history. And I don't know if we'll see him again today. Those aren't the way you want to end your careers. That will go past, and then the shot never got in. I'm not sorry about the camera zooming around like that, but it's cold and it won't move in or out on me, and I gotta kind of keep it moving. But I'm in disbelief of the dominance of the game. I thought, you know, you could see a 3-1, 3-2, maybe an overtime game, but I didn't think this team from Mill River didn't have the capacity to avoid getting blown out, and they did. They had a 1-0 lead very, very briefly. I think it lasted less than 3 or 4 minutes. But, wow. As far as Harwood and talent, wow. Impressed. Totally impressed by the players on the field. Yeah, he just didn't get the ball elevated. He got the Cole. He faked the kick, scoring kick, came around to the inside. They got a chance on it. That's going to come to this near side now on the roll on a hard turf. And boy, Hall got there and saved it. That was a heck of a slide by Hall. And now Hall to Omen, and Omen sticking with it. It'll go past Bankard, who got tangled up and fell down from behind, and bodies flying everywhere. And they're going to have a foul called on Bankard as Biscay hit the deck also. Ethan did, but we will have the kick taken by Harwood in those black uniforms. And I'll just be out play. Got sliced out of play. I tell you, I don't envy the officials. This was a tough one, man. They've had their hands full, that's for sure. You can see Dinnan with the trap. Nowhere to go with it. Dinnan. Oh, stuck with it and brought it around. That's a nifty play by Dinnan. And that ball will just slide through. Milton upsetting the Mill River girls team here in the quarterfinals, 1-0, and with a goal that came just a tad over 5 minutes left in the game. That eliminated the Mill River girls squad, was also the regular season MVL champions. And now you were looking for a handball call on that last play and didn't get it. We're down to 14:53, and Cole, looking to go up the middle, got beat to the ball, stayed back in a defensive position. Will come to Dinnan, and Dinnan now will just send the ball looking for Bankard, and he'll keep possession. He'll take the throw for Mill River. And what, again, was billed as the mostly anticipated game of the year in the playoffs was a rematch of last year's championship game between Harwood and Mill River. but not to be. It never developed. It's 6-1 Harwood in the second half of play, and Biscay will take the kick and be over the top of the crossbar and be out of play. We'll have a goal kick coming up for Harwood with just 14-12 left on the Mill River season. Well, it's a good time to thank the Mill River community, the school board, the athletic director Rob Black, the coach Kevin Ratty, the players, the parents, and everybody, all the fans for allowing me to come down and videotape Mill River soccer, both men's and women's. It's been a privilege and an honor. Probably my last season of doing CIP work or doing videotape work for community service television. It's hard now. Times are changing, and that webcasting stuff on the internet by professional firms are really taking over the trends, and everybody's catering to them and kissing their butts and making it hard for just an average Joe working guy like me to come and bring the games to you for free with no sponsorship, no commercial content, and it's just not worth the fight anymore. I don't get paid anything. I just get worked up and then get embarrassed and put my foot in my mouth. So it's been an honor and a privilege to be allowed to be here and videotape Mill River sports. Mackey will take the kick. That will sail and come down, and basically Harwood could just stand in the middle of the field and dribble the timeout for the final of 12:53. That's how much of a lead they built up. And this is Davis trying to run through the ball. And again, the defense has been challenging for Harwood. It's come up. It's taken away space. It's taken away time. Hasn't given up a lot of turf. And Bankert fought through, did a nice job getting to that ball. And the pass came all the way back to Ethan Biscay. He had a few feet to dribble, and he took it, and then he accelerated and tried to go through. And I'm waiting for the call there. Now, see, he extended his arms. See, Mike said he extended his arms, but that was to break his fall from going to the ground. And I love Mike to pieces, but I got to disagree with that call on the angle I had. He did put his arms out, but it was to break his fall from just landing flat on his face. But it's been that kind of afternoon for the Minutemen, so they'll lose that call, and they'll lose possession, and there'll be a kick coming up now for Harwood. I'm not really sure. The ball's been left alone. And on the head, a substitution take place. So, some diehard Mill River fan, and I got to give him credit, all the credit in the world, said, "You got time, come on, you got time to come back into this game." Well, it's 12 minutes even, and you're down 6-1. So in the first 40 minutes of soccer, you scored 1 goal. And then in the next 28, so in 68 minutes of soccer, you scored 1 goal, and now you're thinking you're going to score 5. And I mean, it's possible to do a couple, but I can't see 5 to tie it. And just the way the subs are going on and off the field now, and well, it is a very deflating, stunning way to end the season that had so many highs in it. But for all those highs, there eventually has to be a low. And that's going to be Dinnan with the ball. And again, they have to keep it in perspective. They lost a high school soccer game. And you know, they had a lot of effort all year and a lot of accomplishments, but it's not like somebody read an x-ray and said you got a tumor in your chest and you got to have chemotherapy. So you got to really kind of keep it in perspective of all the great things you did and all the accomplishments that you had and the friendships you built being on a team and winning the Loisel tournament and the regular season MBL and winning 16 straight soccer games. You know, there were a lot of highs to remember, not just this debacle today. That's going to skip and roll, and that's going to go over the top. And Hall just trying to run a little interference for the ball to get to Biscay. And Biscay want to know why there's no foul called there. He got pushed from behind, and he was playing the ball, and he got shoved from behind, and he wanted to know why there's no whistle. And I'm kind of baffled there was no call. Ullman with the kick. The ball will come up, and Ullman will come through. And you saw the call there, and Ullman can't believe it. Everett can't believe it because he took the knee on the kick to the body, but they're going to go Harwood way. And There's been a lot of questionable calls, but I don't think it's determined the game at all. I'm not saying like they gave Harwood the win. No, no, no. Harwood got the win because Harwood played better, scored more goals, created more chances, kept their composure a little bit longer. But there's certainly been some calls that you'll go home and wonder about. Scooped up by Biscay, and mercifully less than 10 minutes now left in this very one-sided semifinal game. Yeah, what they want is to allow the subs to come in for Harwood. As yet, this one's over. Well, they'll have their banquet. I see Bob Sabaski, one of the selectmen, got the Mill River Soccer Day voted in. They'll have that on the day of their banquet. And it's time to get ready for basketball. Yep, go inside where it's warm and the camera will work better, hopefully. And they'll come off the Denon off the kick on the foul. And boy, they had Denon's jersey. You could see the grab on it, and nobody called that, of course. And that's going to come back through the middle and going to be picked up by Biscay with a few little shuffle moves there, and he got open. And Everett wanted to wheel on the play and had it taken off his foot. It's going to come back through to Denon, and he's going to kick it out of bounds. Yeah, we should have a Harwood throw, and that's what we're going to have. We're going to have a little break in the action first as they'll get the substitution in with 9 minutes to go in the contest. So it's going to be Harwood going back to the championship game to defend their title in Division 2. Because I saw them play Abrahamson's Raiders when I was allowed to cover Rutland sports. I saw them beat Rutland. It was a 10 against a 4 seed, I think. And they upset Rutland that year, and that was Division 1 soccer. And then I was so surprised to turn around and see that Harwood moved up down to Division 2. And after watching them the last 2 years, I have no idea why they want to move down to Division 2. They could easily compete with Division 1 teams. And that's going to be up, 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 and hit and carry and come down. They'll work it to this near side. And one of the few times we've had a little space to dribble with, and Oman called for the, took the feet out. Yeah, he did. He acknowledged it. He knew it. Yeah, nice job stepping up there by Oman on the steal, and then his pass came across the side to Bankert to Cole, and Cole wanted to drag the ball up and around and lost control of it. He'll get it back now, though. Kick came right to him, and he'll get the trip, carry, and bring the ball backwards to go forwards. Denon will have it. And Denon will come across to Ullman, and I tell you, he took a few dribbles there to get the ball all over to Everett. Everett will go far side, and just great defense by Everett also. As Webster's pass, again, you got to put some juice on it because this is a very quick Harwood team, and down to 7.5 minutes in Mill River's season, and like I said, 9. Yeah, and they're Harwood's going to be going to the championship game against either Union 32 or Burton. And boy, great effort right there to keep it from being a corner kick. It'll just be a throw, and again, still playing hard. And it's going to be a black throw. It'll be Harwood with the throw. And yep, awful feeling right now on that Mill River sideline. The thing is, they're a much better team than this, but unfortunately in the playoffs, you only get one chance to show your good stuff. And when you decide to have the worst game of your whole year in the semifinals, that's what a lot of people are going to remember. That's sucks, but that's life. So there's less than 6 minutes to go now in the contest. I'll just reiterate, I'll have some Mill River boys and girls basketball action for you on Munger Vision. I'll also have some West Rutland boys and girls basketball for you. Some CSJ college basketball, men's and women's. That's starting up very shortly. Probably by the time this airs, is already done some of the college basketball games. They start November 7th. At CSJ, their home schedule, their opening schedule. That little give coming through and a save by Biscay. Tell you what, they're still getting open. They're still getting behind those marks, and they're still getting shots on Biscay. Brian Cole pulled off the ball. He knew he was going to get to it, and see Ethan Biscay put his hands up. Nobody was moving. He had nowhere to go with the ball. He'll send it through, and it's going to be Davis heading over there. And they'll see if Davis will stay and take the throw. And yeah, he will. He'll stay in there and take the throw, and he'll just toss it back, and it'll be settled down by Ethan Biscay. He'll put some bend on it, but nobody came in on the weak side to mark up and try to come in and head the ball in. So it'll be taken by Moore, who hasn't seen a lot of action since about the first 10 minutes of the second half. Mill River put on some good offensive pressure. But after that, it pretty much deflated, and they lost that pump they had coming out after halftime. And then when the sixth goal was scored, that really, you could hear the hissing noise of the air coming out of the tire sound, that's being deflated. Davis looking far post, and again, nobody over there except the goalie Moore, and he'll make the scoop. And he's got 4 minutes to keep a 5-goal lead intact, and you're going to have Harwood with the tremendous, I don't know if you call it an upset. You'd have to call it an upset because they're the 6th seed defeating the number 2 seed. They're the road team beating the home team. But in real soccer, you talk to people around, I mean, this was always a legitimate contending team, Harwood. They play a tremendous schedule. A tough, big name upper echelon opponents. They played Division 1 just a few years ago. They're last year's defending champions in Division 2. But in real speak, you still have to call it an upset. 3:42 to go, and I'll get back on the camera here. I'm stunned, but you know, life's going to go on tomorrow. Biscay, like I said, last year in the championship game between these two schools, it ended up being 2-0 Harwood. They did control play, but it stayed 1-0 in that game for almost 3/4 of the contest. You know, and the funny thing was, it wasn't that long ago, Webster started this whole game off for Mill River with a goal to make it 1-0 the Minutemen. And just like last year in the championship game, they played a solid 7 to 10 opening minutes. And then, boy, Harwood kind of put it into a whole nother gear or changed strategies, or Mill River, after the tying goal, won 1 goal, they kind of lost their confidence. I don't know, but it sure changed fast. And Aiken, number 10 out there for the Minutemen as he comes into the contest. Now, I'm not sure exactly when he came in, but he's definitely out there now. Mill River's season, their dream season, and Coach Ratty's career. Again, excellent job Coach Ratty's done, especially look at the last 3 or 4 seasons and the playoffs they've made and the records they've had. That's going to be just wide, yeah. But he's built a solid program. You know, even next year he's not going to be here, but the players coming back, they've got a good core nucleus of underclassmen coming back. Now they did have 9 of 11 starters as seniors, but again they've got a good core coming back of underclassmen. So they'll be okay next year. They won't be 16-0 and number 2 seed, but who's ever going to be the coach isn't coming back to a stripped down, bare shelf, nothing on the cupboards type program. But you know, I admire what Coach Ratty's stepping down for, to be a father, to watch his son play, to share in those memories, to support him, to be there when he saves a goal or scores a goal or wins or loses with his teammates, and the fun you have with the teammates. No, because those are things you can only do once as a dad. Your son's only a youngster once. You know. So I really admire that he's stepping down to be, you know, a good father. 1 minute left on Mill River's season, and I feel bad for him. I mean, I'm not neutral. I wanted Mill River to win, but it's a stunning way to go out, 6-1 to number 6 seed in the semis. And Harwood, that ride back to Harwood, that's going to be about a 5-minute ride this time. It's going to feel like a 5-minute ride with the big win. And you know, since they did all that gathering of the captains and the coaches and talking to players and carting them and taking people in and out, it has settled down here, and they just want the clock to expire now. Even on the losing side, when it gets so bad and it is hopeless, you want the clock just to run, honestly. Yeah, 18 seconds to go, and they'll take the throw. We'll watch the Harwood celebration out there. 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, and it's going to end on their home turf in a 6-1 loss to Harwood. And that's going to go up and over, and that's the ball game. And the Highlanders, congratulations to them for their very convincing win over Mill River. They'll be back to the championship game up at Middlebury High School in quest of defending their title. And Mill River, again, I can only reiterate of what a tremendous year you've had and what you've accomplished. And you really, in time, you'll think about it, and it'll always be bitter, this loss, but you'll remember the season as a whole entity, not just this one game, and you'll realize what you did as a team and the friends you made and the job your coach did and the way your fans supported you. But unfortunately, it's 6-1, the win here for Harwood in the semifinal game over the Minutemen.